What is good, Neo family? It's your boy Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Neo and why I'm extremely bullish for the near-term and long-term futures. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market and the latest pieces of data that just came out that are definitely going to affect it, both for the near-term and long-term futures as well. I'm also going to talk about the latest pieces of news that just came out that are going to be affecting Neo as well, that make me super bullish and excited, guys. We have some huge pieces of news that are coming out. I'm going to end with what Neo just put on their Twitter page, once again making me even more bullish for the long-term future. Before I do talk about Neo, before I say anything about this price and the CPI data, I do have to mention a couple of things first. First off, I'm not a financial, legal, or taxation expert, so don't take this as financial, legal, or taxation advice. Everything in this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, benefits the entire Neo community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo, you're going to be entered into an iPhone 13 Pro giveaway, so you may win an iPhone 13 Pro, and you're also going to get up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. With that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at Neo, it's looking pretty good today. It's up over 0.62%. Let's go, guys. And that's very good, especially after what the market just did and the news. So check this out right here. The S&P, you guys can see the legendary SPY, it was down today, and then all of a sudden we had a very good reversal. Now, why was it down? It's because of what was going on, the fact that CPI data was coming out and there was a lot of uncertainty. However, something crazy happened. Check this out right over here. The CPI data showed that inflation surged 6.8% in November, even more than expected, leading to the fastest rate since 1982. If I scroll all the way down, guys, you guys can see that inflation is definitely, going crazy right now. It's at the highest rate since 1982 at 6.8%. And once again, you'd expect the market to dip because of that. I also must note that the Senate, the US Senate, has passed an agreement to allow Democrats to raise the debt ceiling. So once again, it's not necessarily a concerning thing anymore. But I do have to note that when it comes to, economics, this would technically not be a good decision for the long term. It may be a good decision for the short term, but not the long term. But I'm just putting it out there, and I don't want to get too political. But anyways, check this out right here. So when we look at what's going on with the overall market, guys, and even though the Senate made the decision, I don't necessarily think it's going to be a very bad thing. I don't think that this is going to hurt the market for the short term, so to speak. But if you look at this right here, look at the SPY real quick, you guys could see that it's currently just in the green, and this did have an effect on Neo. So even though there was bad news that came out, it did not affect the overall, economy the way it used to, and that's a very good sign. Just look at the fear and greed index. It's currently in the green. It's getting at least closer to the green. Before, people were extremely fearful. Now they're at the fear mode, and they're actually getting closer to the greed side. So that's a very good sign. Once again, recovery should be coming soon. So let's look at Neo. What happened to Neo? I'm going to bring up some Bolingers. We can see that there was high volatility in the very beginning. It was very similar to Tesla. Then basically became more stagnant and was kind of consolidating at this range. And then we closed towards the upper band at $34.26, up 0.62% for the day. Once again, a very good sign. Neo's looking very strong. And I am very bullish considering the fact that we are getting closer and closer and closer to the big Neo day. I'm very excited for that. I do think they have some big announcements. I want to talk about how that's going to play out very soon. But look at this right over here. If we bring up the CCI data, the RSI, and the MACD, we could see some very interesting moves at play right here. You guys can see that right now we can see that Neo is showing a lot more strength than before. Before, the RSI was in the 20s to 30s, and currently it's at about 45.59. And look at the MACD right now. It crossed with the 9-day moving average, showing that Neo is kind of, it may trend a little bit sideways, but there's a lot more green than red as of right now, as indicated by the MACD. And we should see some good movements coming up very soon. Now, the main thing here is the fact that Neo Day is coming up, so we do have a bullish catalyst. And right now, we don't have things that are too bearish coming out. So the market is capricious right now. We don't entirely know how it's going to play out for the rest of December, because the news and what the Fed is doing could affect it. However, for Neo, and right now we don't know of anything really bad that's playing out, and we do know that Neo has a good piece of news coming out from their Neo Day. I think Neo Day is going to be very exciting. The excitement leading up to it is going to be really good. So leading up to Neo Day, we should see a big run up very soon. However, guys, I do have to note that this is just the beginning for Neo. We have even bigger moves coming up for the future. So let me quickly just bring up the one-day chart and bring up the VWAP real quick. The VWAP right over here shows that Neo was trading pretty healthily above it, which means that we could continue to see more green for next week. But right now, guys, you could also argue that Neo is kind of trading above it, which is just another sign that, it could just see a bit of a pullback, but I don't necessarily think that. I think that there's going to be more green than red next week. And I definitely am very bullish for the long term, regardless of what happens. Now, let's look at this right over here. It was reported that NIO opened its 700th battery swap station in China. Absolutely breaking news. 700th battery swap station. That makes me super excited, guys. NIO's absolutely crushing it. And NIO basically just is killing it. They're killing it in China. And remember, China is the largest sector of EV in the world. And I also want to note something else. Elon Musk also stated that China is going to be the largest economy in the world as well in terms of its GDP. It may become at least 2 or 3 times the size of the US within the next few decades. And I'm not trying to say China's better. I'm not trying to say anything's better like that. But I just want to note that China's innovating. They're basically entering the electric vehicle world, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So battery swap technology is pivotal. And I definitely think that's going to be really good for NIO. Not only can you charge your car, but you could also battery swap it, which helps them not just in terms of their fundamentals, but it helps improve the cars. It helps make them more enticing. It's very good for their business model. I want to talk about this right over here. Basically, there's a company alongside NIO. There are 27 US traded stocks that are eligible to list on the Hong Kong exchange, according to Goldman. So we might see NIO on the Hong Kong exchange very, very soon. And that's another reason as to why I was promoting Moomoo, because if you do sign up for Moomoo, you will have access to the Hong Kong exchange. Once again, a very bullish catalyst may be coming out as well. Now, let me look at this right over here. Investors observers stated that where will NIO be in the future? And they talk about how it rose 5.47% in a week. And they're talking about the fact that look at this sentiment reading. It's saying NIO has a very bullish sentiment reading. Let's go, guys. It's more on the bullish than bearish side. And they're saying that NIO should be making some big runs very, very soon. They did go over more complicated technical analysis, but I'm not going to talk about that too much in this video. Instead, I'm going to talk about this last article before I end the video. And check this out right here. Basically, the Monthly Fool is talking about the fact that NIO is in the green once again. And they're talking about how NIO has a lot of potential and is often compared with Lucid. Now, that's a very good sign for NIO because right now, the electric vehicle industry is just exploding, and we do have a lot of news coming out for the ET7 sedan. They do plan on shipping it for next year, and we're going to get more, inputs, more data about this for the upcoming NIO Day. So that makes me very, very excited, guys. I'm super excited. And remember, NIO also had a lot of cash at hand as of September 30th, 2021, making it a very good competitor with many, many companies in China and a very huge, huge, huge player in the EV game. So with that said, guys, let me end the video with the last tweet from NIO. NIO stated that on December 10th, 2021, NIO installed their 700th battery swap station in China, hitting its annual target ahead of schedule. So far, NIO has installed a total of 700 battery swap stations, providing over 5.3 million swaps to users. Let's go, guys. 5.3 million swaps. NIO is just crushing it. So with that out of the way, guys, I just want to end the video by talking about what I think is going to play out. Right now, I don't have evidence that NIO is going to maybe see much of a drop for next week. And I do have evidence that's based off the fact that NIO Day is coming out. And if I bring up the 1-year chart and show you guys, remember in January, guys, last January, NIO Day was coming out, and NIO did drop before it around December, right? And then leading up to NIO Day, it ran all the way up to $66, guys. Let's go, almost 67. So my point is, we do have some evidence that when NIO Day comes, there's going to be a lot of excitement, and NIO should start to run up just like that. So leading up to NIO Day, I do think it's extremely likely that we're going to see another big run, and we should see NIO back in the 40s, if not 50s, by then. With that out of the way, guys, I'm very bullish for NIO, regardless of what happens. I see a lot of big moves when it comes to their fundamentals, and the company is just crushing it when it comes to customer service. I'm very excited for their future, and I do think NIO is going to explode very, very soon. With that said and done, guys, thank you for listening. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.